You said, clearly most men know. I think that you're right. I think that probably most men who go into a club understand that it's a fantasy-based experience. But remember what she said. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit if they don't think it is. I'm there to do a job. I'm there to make money, right? She doesn't care if there's men who come in there and don't believe that, they don't know that, or they fall for the parasocial aspect of this thing. She doesn't give a shit.
I mean, what is she
So
supposed
then in
to
turn,
do
so
about
hang
that?
on. She said it. Those were her
I
words.
did say
Can
that,
you
and I
repeat-
believe that. I
hang on.
stand by
Can you
it.
repeat her words for me? Can you repeat them? So I know that you heard them.
Oh, she doesn't give a shit if they come there
She doesn't
unknowingly.
give a shit. Yeah,
But
she doesn't give a shit.
Again,
So the
that's
thing
her
is
job.
why in turn should men give a shit if women are taken advantage of, if women
Because-
fall for the parasocial
Wait,
experience? Because I assume that most women believe that most men are just looking to score. They're just looking to get some. They're just looking to hit and run, right? I assume that. And so since I make that assumption, any of them that do that, shouldn't I just go, well, I guess you shouldn't have fallen for it?
Well, no, because you're comparing a business and a service to a relationship, and they're just not. They're not the same.
But the only difference is the money, right? There's no real.
No,
there's no real
Comparing
distinction.
meeting
there.
somebody in a
It's-
regular environment,
the
you're comparing.
services.
No. Why is it that when you make an analogy that people don't seem to understand, that if I say apples and oranges are different, I'm still comparing fruit. So while I'm comparing two different situations, the logic is still the same. Strippers take advantage of men. There's no doubt that they do. Escorts do the same thing. They take advantage of men all the time. There's no doubt that that's true. So if that is true, if you have 3 sugar daddies who are taking care
We're
of your
not
bills
taking
and they all know
advantage of
each other,
people that need
right?
help. We're therapists. We're not taking advantage
Oh
of people
yeah,
who
they're
need help.
therapists. Yeah, you got them on the hoe couch, and you're going to make sure that they get their right therapy, and it's just going to cost them a lot of money, right? You're
Hell
there
yeah.
for them. It's
Hell
a public
yeah.
service.
Especially if
It's a
you're
public
cheating on your
service.
wife or your girlfriend.
What's your job, dude? Because I want to know, like,
I'm a robotics mechanic. What's your job?
oh, I work at Amazon.
What's your job?
I work
Mrs.
at
Tree Dater?
Amazon. Huh?
Okay, wait. Can we go back to the
But
topic?
I wanted to know
Wait,
because,
what's your
like,
job,
I'm
Mrs.
pretty
Tree
sure.
Dater? I'm sorry, Mrs. Tree Dater. What's your job? I'm a robotics mechanic. What's your job?
She had a question related to what your
Yeah,
job
I have
was.
a question for her.
Speak.
She asked me when I answered, I'm a robotics mechanic. What's your job?
I work at the. I said I work at a fucking warehouse. So
Yeah, you work
but
at a
I'm
fucking
trying.
warehouse. So where were you going with that?
Okay. Anyway, so because you want to sit here and act fucking smart, I got you. Anyway, I want to know, like, do your employees or whoever that you talk to, do they think that you're taking advantage of them as well for like what you do, or like?
No.
Okay. So why would that be the same for a fucking stripper? That's their job. Are you stupid?
What you just said is incoherent, and I don't
How
even
is that
understand it.
incoherent? It's a job.
So wait
Being
a
a
second.
stripper is
You're
a
saying-
job.
Hang on. So are you saying that people can't fleece their customers by giving their customer an illusion
No,
and
and
taking
that's not what
advantage
I'm
of them?
saying. However, if they know
Hang on,
that
you have
what
to
they're
calm, you have to calm
getting.
down enough to let me get the question out before you
Wait,
answer.
hold on, but you've been like
Calm down,
yelling
calm
at
down.
everybody else.
Well,
You've
you
been
do
yelling at
realize that.
everybody
Okay,
else, so
okay.
I
I
don't
want you
know
to
who
do
you're
me a favor,
talking
real
to.
quick. Count how many people are in the room and count how many of me there are. Go ahead.
She doesn't need to do that because you definitely have been talking over
Like,
a
you've
couple
been rude
ladies
this
several
Is any,
times.
nobody's even
And you've
talking
been
to you. We're having
interrupting.
this
I don't need
exchange.
you to talk
Let us
to me
finish
for
our
I
exchange.
don't
speak,
mind
though.
to listen
Like,
to your
I don't know why.
opinions.
I don't know why
No, because you're trying to
even
make people
involved
look
in the
stupid,
exchange. It has
and the
nothing to
only
do
thing
with
that
it.
you're
I
saying is
can
the
involve
dumbest
myself
shit
in
I've
anything
ever
I want
heard.
to. It's a podcast.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
and you can also involve yourself by not speaking until we're done with the exchange. Remember how you were having
Already
exchanges with other people and I didn't get in the mix? Remember
And
how
then
I
when you
gave you
did.
that kind of respect?
But then remember
you think
when you
can show it
did.
back?
But
I don't
remember
know.
what you did.
Yeah,
Remember
I
when you
don't
did,
think you
though?
can. But
I don't
try
think you could
anyway.
either.
So
Well, I've
back to
watched
the
you
exchange that we
try
were just
for many
having.
episodes, and I
Back
haven't seen
before we
it.
were so rudely interrupted by, I don't know,
I
this
was
broad over
speaking
here.
with that.
Perhaps you can explain to me if there's that many people in the room and I'm having various arguments with those people, obviously I'm going to have to insert and interject far more than those people are for me. It's easy because there's one of me and there's many of
Isn't
you.
that
right?
all of us though? We all have to interject if we don't like.
And
what's
you
your
all have
point?
been interjecting.
What's your point?
I was
My,
really enjoying
my
our
point is that if there's
conversation.
one of me and 9 of you, clearly in order to get some speaking
anyway,
time, I'm
just
going
get
to
back
have
to the
interject more
topic.
than you
Point I
do.
was going to make.
So you need to allow him to finish asking the question. Go ahead, Andrew. Ask the question, then she can
Yeah.
respond.
Well, so the question is I don't know. In this case, you're creating a false dialectic. I was looking for a logical extension. I was saying, based on your logic, the extension of the logic should apply to these other situations. That's a logical extension. The
Okay.
false dialectic, which you propose, though, is saying because employers can mistreat their employees, that is in some way similar to selling a fantasy experience, and it's clearly not.
Are you talking to me or deadbeat?
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Okay, so first of all, they're a stripper, right? So if they're a stripper, I don't go to a strip club thinking, oh, I'm gonna make this girl my wife. Like, that's your fuck up, honestly.
Okay, you know, a lot of people don't go
Well,
there. And
but that's my point.
I
That
would
makes
say
my point for me.
99% of customers do not go in thinking they're going to get a relationship, thinking they're going to get any type of long-term anything. They're going in there to have an experience, to party, and to have fun. And the ones that are going in there to talk about their wife because they're annoyed are paying for a girl to sit there and to just listen to them yap. And they know that. They're like, thank you for sitting here and listening to me talk about my deadbeat ass life. I'm going to give you $500. And that and they are the ones that are making that conscious decision.
Yeah, but that's not what the dispute is. Do you know what the dispute we're having even is?
He was saying, if I remember it correctly, Andrew, he was saying, don't you think that that's turnabout is fair play if a guy tells a girl that he has longer relationship intentions just to get her into bed, that the one should make the other one okay or balance each other out?
So
No.
if a girl's getting bread is the same, you're trying to say, is it the equivalent of a guy selling the idea of a long-term relationship?
No, what I'm saying is that if you have the expectation that most men who walk into a strip club are going to understand they're being sold a fantasy experience, I can agree with that. But what I'm saying is that there's clearly going to be some who do not think that it's just a pure fantasy experience, who are being taken advantage of.
I agree that could happen.
Yeah, sure. So my counter to this is just to say, well, wait a second. I also think that there's women who are being sold a fantasy experience from men. And
Each and every
men
day.
are essentially trying to get the thing that they want out of those women, just like you're trying to get money out of men. And so if that
My
is the
job.
case, it seems that turnabout is fair play, yeah?
Honestly, same shit. I agree with you. You know, there's a girl doing it to a guy, there's a guy doing it to a girl. Different settings though. Guys are doing it at nightclub in regular nightclubs, and they're trying to like take a
You
girl home.
agree. You agree with me. So
I
so
do-
the
I
point
do
of the
agree with
contention
you.
is
I do.
Andrew's right. Right?
Honestly, I was trying to have a conversation with you this entire time, and other people kept like interrupting.
I know. That's fair. They were interjecting. I thought we were having a good
I was
exchange.
having my
That's the
moment,
point of the
y'all.
podcast.
It was a beautiful moment.
And so moving